girl, Camille, be the HR counselor. Last weekend, I had an amazing opportunity to have a conversation with several HR professionals. And one of the things we discussed on Clubhouse was the importance of self-care for human resource professionals. It is a big buzz right now. Like, so many people are talking about it because apparently we're not doing too well. So yeah, we're going to talk about this again. So hopefully, if I keep talking about it, you all will listen and do something about it. Now, a lot of us join this profession because we want to help people, right? We're here, we resolve issues, we care, we listen, we're the mediators, we're the fixers, we're the helpers. But guess what? We can't help anybody if we don't help ourselves. So don't forget, you got to help yourself too. So when we fall into the trap of do as I say, but not as I do, about taking time off and setting boundaries around our work and ourself, we crash headfirst into what's known as HR burnout, right? So when we dwell in that burnout, instead of prioritizing our self-care, we ultimately do ourselves and those we service a disservice, right? And those individuals would be our employer, our family members, and ourselves, right? So we have to do better. We have got to really make a change because we're not looking too well, people. We're just not. So working in HR during a pandemic, it doesn't exactly help things, right? And some people may wonder, well, why is that? Well, let me tell you, right? So guess who had to be the ones to lay people off during this pandemic? That would be us, yes. And the furloughs too, that's right. And then guess who had a hand, if not single-handedly, figuring out go forward strategies when no one knew what to go forward to or where we were going for or how we were going forward or what we were even doing in this pandemic? Yeah, that would be HR. And guess who everybody was mad at during the layoffs and the furloughs? Yeah, that would be HR. So yeah, we've been through some things, y'all. We've been through some things. So times like these make me wish that COVID didn't exist. I'm like over her, kick her to the curb. I've had enough. And I feel like a lot of my HR friends and tribe members, they need a hug. But it's COVID, so we're not giving out no hugs right now. So instead, let me give you some tips that'll hopefully help you create a better work-life balance, right? Help you reduce some of that HR burnout and that stress and give yourself some self-care, some love that you deserve and that you really, really need during these difficult times. The first thing I would say is block out time on your calendar, right? Make yourself a priority. Reserve your time. Your time is just as precious as everyone else, right? You don't have to go to every single meeting, do you? Find out if it's a priority. If it's not, you're not going. And put self-care on your calendar because that's a meeting you must attend. Setting the expectation early and often that your time is not a free-for-all will really help you to get that opportunity to decompress when you're going from meeting to meeting. And it can take some time for others to adapt to your new level of self-respect, but guess what? They'll be all right. If not, tell them to call me. I'll help them be okay. 2, sit with it. Some days are hard in HR, like when you have to let someone go. There's a lot of sensitive issues happening at work, a lot of complex issues, ER issues. It's just a lot. It can be a lot sometimes. So when these situations arise, remind yourself that you are there as a support and a sounding board, not a sponge. Sponges hold water, right? Squeeze that sponge and flip that sponge, throw it to the side. Don't even get caught up in it. It's normal to feel anxious, worried, upset when hard things happen. But the best way to not carry that stress for longer than necessary is to acknowledge it. Like, sit in that discomfort, recognize it, let your body go through all the different feelings that it's feeling. But then always remind yourself that you're safe and everything's going to be okay. They have awesome apps out there like Headspace and Calm, and they have meditation, right? And so they have guided meditation that can really help to lift your spirits up, and it'll make you feel much better, and you can continue throughout your day, and so you don't feel so burnt out. Now, the third thing I would say is let the why drive your decisions, right? Sometimes, we sit in an awkward spot, right? So we're an employee advocate, but then we're an employer advocate. Like, we're here for the employee, we're here for the employer, we support the business. We got a lot, and sometimes all three, everything is competing, like which one is a priority, and it can really throw us off. It can be a bit much, right? So that's when you should seek out the why, or the root driver of why are you feeling the imbalance, right? Hold on to that why. Remind yourself that guess what? It's not even about you. It ain't about Millie Bill. It's not about me. And then turn it into, having those conversations, like really getting a better understanding of what is the expectation, like what do they need our help with, and then we can go forward. And some things they throw on our plate, throw that joker back over. If it's not for us to do, then they need to do it. And remember that our self-care is just as important as everyone else's. We are the worst. We promote self-care. We EAP, call this. We got all the numbers, the apps. We have everything that everyone needs, but we don't do it ourselves. We must do better. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that the tips I gave are going to work for every single person. It may not, but I'm hoping that it may make things just a little easier. And if that's what it does, then I've done my job. But most importantly, what I want you to remember is you can't pour from an empty cup, people. You can't give what you don't have. So if you can't take care of you, are we expecting our employer to? I hope you're not, because they don't even know what we do. And they can't help you because they're waiting for us to help them. So that's why I'm here to just remind my HR tribe to take care of yourself and stop feeling guilty for it. It's your girl, Camille B., the HR counselor. Have a great week.